In a podcast land where thoughts collide, Brian and Craig will be your guide. No topic too small, no tale too tall. Tune in, laugh out, you'll have a ball. From mysteries deep to light-hearted jokes in a poker rhythm where laughter invokes. Untitled is their name, the fun untamed. Each episode a ride, this shows their claim. Untitled, Brian and Craig, get ready for a twist and a leg shake. In a quirky world where anything goes, join the ride as the madness flows.
The one time where it doesn't go immediately. I'm like, all right, 3, 2, 1, boop, and I'm like,
here we go, and we're waiting. What's happening?
ugh. It's like, not at all, or, Jesus. Anyways.
Well, this is what happens when you expect technology to work the way you want it to, Brian. Technology works the way it wants to, and that's just how it goes.
Yeah, everything's AI, and it scares me.
Oh, AI. AI is like that really confident friend who's wrong about one out of every 2 things they say.
And he always has those popped collars. Yeah, that's him.
And he says it with such confidence that you're like, I'm almost positive that's wrong, but he's just, I believe him. Like, he's right. Like, yes, the Bills have won 17 Super Bowls. That's definitely what happened.
And they just can't stop winning. In fact, they stopped changing up their roster. They got dudes on the team that are 50.
Yeah, and they keep winning. It's crazy. Yeah, it's
Wow.
like, well, this guy clearly knows what he's talking about. Yeah, that's AI. That's what it is.
Oh, goose warning. It's kind of like that weird, that like sickly orange color, Not
Ooh.
quite neon.
Is it almost like
sickly orange?
Is it a little bit like baby poop color? Maybe a little?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So like brownish orangish.
Yeah.
Like maybe if the baby's been having a lot of beta carotene.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't know why babies would have beta carotene, but okay.
Gerber strained carrots.
There you go. What was I think? Is there a lot of carotene in carrots, or do they just sound alike? This is not a question I anticipated asking.
Fuck, man, I don't know. Oh, Jesus, now you're going to make me. This is part of the show where I look shit up. Is beta carotene...
Are carrots high in beta carotene?
I feel like they are. I feel that's where carotene came from.
It could be. I don't know. I'm not a beta carotene
expert. It's so it's the primary nutrient found in carrots.
Okay, good. So it's not just a coincidence.
Yes. Yeah, right. The American schooling system did not fail us in this instance.
We have learned so much already today.
So, in Buffalo Land,
yes,
I celebrated my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yay!
37, right? 37.
I'm actually 337, but we won't go into that.
Well, we just take the 10% of that, and that's what we say it, so that the mortals will be able to relate to us.
Yes, correct. But no, it was good. I had a Texas Roadhouse action with some friends here.
Nice.
I turned 2 people onto the podcast.
Cool.
So
spread the good word of Untitled.
Yes, winning people over one day at a time.
One listener at a time. That's how we're going to do it. That's how we're taking over the world. It's a very slow process.
I also went to the Erie County Fair, which was, for a county fair, this was the size of probably the Colorado State Fair.
Okay, that's large.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, for a county fair, this was huge. So,
what was the best thing at the fair?
Definitely the sheep.
Okay, not the answer I was expecting. What did you like about the sheep, Brian? Or what was good about them?
They were very fluffy.
I like a fluffy sheep. Did they have mutton busting?
I asked about mutton busting, and they looked at me and were like very confused. So,
no. Oh, they're not Western people. They don't understand the glory that is small children riding sheep.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, but I did have really good food. We had this thing called the meatball bomber, where they take a giant loaf of Italian bread, maybe 16 inches long, and they cut it in half, and they put 1 pound meatballs in it. And there's 6 1-pound meatballs in there. And it was insanity.
Wait, 6 1-pound meatballs?
Correct.
6 pounds of meatballs in the sandwich?
Yes, correct.
Well, so I assume you had 2.
No, I had just 1, and we shared it.
Oh, that's good. That's probably better for your health.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, 6 pounds of meat is a fuckload of meat. It was probably closer to 1 pound. It was probably closer to 1 pound.
Okay.
But there were six
I was gonna
meatballs,
say
and they were very big.
6 pounds of meat on a single sandwich. Yeah, I was trying to picture it, and I just couldn't. But I mean, still, a pound of meatballs is not insignificant either. So I'm glad you had a
Correct.
good sandwich. That's
Yeah.
county fairs are great as long as you don't worry about like heart attacks or high blood pressure.
Yes. And the idea is you walk as you're building up your cardiovascular system
Definitely
while also punishing it.
correct. It's you win a little, you win some, you lose some. Is kind of
Yeah.
the whole health situation there at the fair. So
Yeah,
that's
it
good.
breaks even. It breaks even with your terrible fried food adventure and you're walking around.
Yeah. Did I eat 14,000 calories? Yes. Did I take 7,000 steps? Also, yes. Those things definitely balance each other out.
Like all things in life, balance.
Correct. Yes. It's just not
Um,
too much.
yeah, it was pretty good. We
Cool.
also had some interesting ice cream, locally made with like cows from New York. It was cool. And then that was Monday, and then yesterday we went to a local restaurant that we've been to it before, and they have monthly specials. Have you ever
Yes.
heard of a stinger?
A stinger. I mean, I know that that's like a thing that football players get when they start cramping. They call it a stinger, but I'm guessing that that's not what you're talking about. So no, I have not heard of a stinger.
So it's like a chicken tender sandwich on a
Okay.
sub, kind of like it's a
Okay.
chicken tender. So they had this thing called the Stinger Burger, where they
Okay.
put chicken tenders on a pound of ground beef, and it was amazing.
Okay. Yeah, chicken tenders and meat patties. What's not to like there?
Yes, except for your doctor. Your doctor probably doesn't like that.
I'm thinking like doctors probably are boycotting the entire city of Buffalo because every time you give a report for a restaurant, like doctors recommend against visiting Buffalo restaurants because you will die.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like if it doesn't have a. So have you ever been to a Mexican market?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but if you like pick up a bag of Doritos or Lay's, it says in big, like in a big like stop sign, it says excessive sodium, excessive calories, excessive blah blah blah, and it's like eating this may cause these health issues.
Right.
Like that's if you don't have one of those badges on your restaurant, you're not a true Western New York restaurant.
It doesn't really count for Buffalo in that situation. So okay. I mean, that's fair. Like they die early, but they die happy. So it's
Correct.
again, it's a trade-off. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, balance.
Balance. That's the theme of today. Balance and beta carotene.
Yes. Also diversify your bonds. We still got to keep our financial podcast
Financial,
cred
but
going.
diversify. Well, to diversify your stocks and bonds, Brian. Don't just
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. 'Cause
I'm sorry.
you have to diversify the implements of your investation because that's a word for sure. That's a
Yes.
financial word.
Yes. How could I be so foolish? Thank
I
you.
don't know. It's okay. That's why we're here to lift each other up because sometimes we get it right and sometimes we don't because it's what was it, Brian? It's balance.
Balance. The name of this episode is just going to be balance.
Balance.
Uh,
Let's talk teeter totters now because balance.
balance.
Uh,
All right. What happened to you, Craig?
well, let's see here. Not much. Wednesday we did once again go do trivia, and
What was the name of your team?
our team this week. It was supposed to be a smaller group because there wasn't
Mm-hmm.
we like planned it the day before, so we didn't have a whole bunch of people coming. So we thought,
Mm-hmm.
and then we ended up with like 9 people on our team because everybody wants to come to trivia, which is fun. I love it. It's great. We get more people out. The more
Yeah.
people, the more better. But our team was called this time No Big Whooper.
Ah, I love Whooper.
Yeah, Whooper's the best. I had no idea he was as cute as he was until you sent me like the thing from the show where
Yes.
Whooper just and like Whooper's adorable, and now he's one of my favorites just because he's so freaking cute. So that and Quagsire, the evolution, also very
I
cute
love
and
Quagsire.
goofy. Yeah, they're both
So, so this might be too inside baseball, but every time so Kate and I we watched that episode where of the Quagsire episode where they go quack quack, and obviously we were loving like literally every second of it,
sure.
and and we were just like, wow, he's just a silly little guy. And so sometimes we'll be driving somewhere and I'll look over at Kate and we'll be like, are you my silly little guy? And she'll go quack quack.
That's adorable. I love everything about that. It's great. And McDonald's announced this week that Quagsire is actually a taste bud. So there's that.
I know you're bullshitting, finna carry over from last week, but I still hate it. Or is it more Clodsire?
Quagsire? No, it's Quagsire.
Clodsire? No.
Quadsire?
The
Oh,
Paldean one evolves into
yeah, yeah,
Clodsire.
yeah. Because they're different. Yeah, maybe he's
Yeah.
maybe he's a taste bud instead. I don't know.
Or is it
Yeah.
giant sentient poop? I mean, they have sentient trash, so why the hell not?
It could be a giant sentient poop. Although I think they would make it more poop-like.
Yeah.
On a related Grimace note, drawing Grimace last week. Turns out Grimace is so fun to draw. I drew like 10 different Grimaces because he's super easy, and you just draw this like dumb-looking purple thing. And I kind of half-assed the art last week. It was not as good as it has been lately, but it was okay. But I was just drawing.
The doodle.
I
Unacceptable.
did.
Sir.
I did. Well, it's a doodle. I'm allowed to. I don't have to put 6 hours into it every time. So I don't
That's
put.
true.
I don't think I've ever put 6. Actually, I might have put 6 hours, maybe into the one with the vending machine.
Yeah,
But
that was ridiculous.
yeah, I don't know. It's fine. So we ended up getting third place this time. So we've got first place the first time, second place the second time, third place the third time, and now here the fourth time we got third place again. Originally, it was run by this lady who I think it was her first time ever running it, and she couldn't figure out the screens, so she just kind of did it like as an audio. Like there's supposed to be an audio and visual component because she's supposed to connect to the televisions, and she got her computer connected, but she couldn't make the whole system work, and she was very nice, but I don't think she was the sharpest knife in the block. She was doing the best she could, and I appreciated her. And she was good at being loud and reading the questions very well, so that was fine. But she was a little confused. And then at the end, like either her computer crashed or something crazy went on. So after there's like you have 8 rounds, and then after the 8th round, they give you time where you make your final Jeopardy guess and you wager points, and then yeah. Well, we got to that point, and then it was like a half-hour break. And she was tallying the scores, and then as she was tallying the scores, that's when the system crashed, is what she said.
Oh no!
So like she's very bad at addition because she had like I don't know, maybe there were 9
man.
teams there or something, and she couldn't like tally up everyone's scores like within half an hour. Which I mean, addition is difficult. I'll give her that. We're not all financial geniuses that are able to comprehend math like Brian and I, but
correct.
She was doing her best, and then she just kind of like comes around walking to each individual table and be like, yeah, everything broke, you got first place, you had the most points at this point. So we didn't even get a final Jeopardy question, Brian. I was kind of disappointed. So but we still had lots of fun and beer and pizza, and so it was a good time. A good time was had by all. So but we have yet to reach the heights of winning that we got that first week. That beautiful, I think it was a $25 gift card that we've yet to reach those heights again. Ooh. But we've never come away with nope, because if you get second place you get 15, and if you get third place you get 10. So we'll at least had money to spend the next time every single time as a result of going. So
that's how they get you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think I spent $80 between beer and pizzas, and my wife and daughter came for like half of the time, and so we had to also get a gluten-free pizza for them, and also my wife got a salad that cost like $14 or something. So
Jesus,
it all adds up.
Are they gluten-free by choice or gluten-free because of a celiac?
Well, my son is celiac, so he is gluten-free because he has to be. And my daughter and my wife are role-playing as celiacs. I don't love it because it's like, you people can eat gluten. What are we doing here? But they both. Well, my wife has kind of eased back a little bit because she realized that gluten tastes good.
Yes.
So she's starting to eat a little bit more. But my daughter still is convinced that she can't eat gluten. And that's what she'll say. She'll say, I can't have gluten. To every which time it kind of boils my blood, because it's like, no, actually you can. You just choose not to. Luke, my son, he cannot eat gluten. And it's okay if he says he can't because he actually has celiac.
Yeah.
But the other two are just play acting. And I refuse to give this because gluten-free bread, it's a crime against humanity, and I will not stand for
it. They are in solidarity of their brother.
Yeah, I mean, they're supporting him. They're supporting him and eating food that tastes bad but costs 3 times as much. So that's fun.
Oh, I almost spit out my water.
Well, I'm glad you didn't, I guess, because then you might have gotten Roki or a cat that was in the near, I don't know if anyone's within spitting range of you currently.
There is 2 cats that are in spitting range. Yes.
I assume at your house there's always at least one animal that you could spit on at pretty much any time.
Not that I would, but
No, just that you could.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, we are asking whether you should, and you definitely should not. We're not like
correct.
the Ian Malcolm where we're just doing things to see if we can.
Yes,
Jurassic Park is not happening at Brian's house. The
yes,
spitting water version of Jurassic Park, much lower stakes. So
yes.
anyway, we did that, and then the only other thing that happened this week was kind of monumental in its not monumentalness. I was surfing, was it Instagram? I think it was Instagram, and an
Mhm.
Instagram ad popped up, and I sent it to you because it's bonkers. But it's these shoes, Brian, and you've heard of Crocs, the shoes, right?
Boy, howdy.
Yeah. Well, these are Crocs, but in a different way because these are shoes that just look like crocodile heads. You've seen them. I sent you the picture. You got
Yes.
that right. The
The
text
fact
came
that they,
through. Yeah.
yeah, the fact that they can't be called Crocs is a goddamn crime.
It's just a shame because if any shoe deserves to be called a Croc, I will post the picture that I sent to Brian on our Instagram feed so that everyone can see them. They are
Hmm.
glory. Now, they come from a company in China, so I assume it's much like my hat situation, where it looks really cool on their ad,
Hmm.
and then you order it, and it's like somebody carved something with Play-Doh and then put it in an oven, and then like glued it to
Yes.
some shoes or something. It's going to be a terrible piece of crap if you actually buy them. They're they're like $120 normally, quote unquote. This is what they are normally, but for a limited time
Oh, of
only,
course.
you can get them for only $60, and they're ridiculous because they're like, at least according to the pictures, they're like photorealistic crocodile heads that you have on your
Oh,
feet.
they absolutely do not look like that. I am like 100% sure of that.
But yeah, no, there's no chance because those things probably don't exist in real life. But if they did, they would be amazing. Like they would be ridiculous. Like you would look like an idiot walking around in them. But there's a
Oh
part
yeah.
of me that wants to look like that idiot with those shoes. And the other part of me is just wanting to get them because I know how mad it would make my wife if I was walking around in shoes that look like crocodiles. And so this evil part of me was just looking at them going, $60 isn't that much for like 8 seconds. But
Yeah.
I was looking at them long enough to be like, those, and then I was like, no, wait, those are probably not. First of all, they're probably not real. Second of all, there are better uses of $60 than waiting, 2 months for someone to send me crappy shoes that look like alligators from China. But
And probably don't even look like
no,
what there is
no,
advertised.
I'm certain they're much, much, much worse in quality than the photos would indicate. But if I could get those things in the actual photo, and I could get them instantaneously, and no, I mean, I still wouldn't spend $60. But I was strongly considered just because of
You were
the
strong.
the sh
You had to be strong.
I did. I was very strong for the whole situation. Mostly because I also would like to stay married, and I'm pretty sure well, I don't think she would divorce me over those shoes, but she would she it would enter the conversation of thought for, again, 8 seconds or so before she realized she loves me and I love her and everything's fine. But, yeah, I don't need to go entertaining trouble. I get enough trouble coming for me, I don't need to hunt it
Yeah,
out, so
that's true.
I avoided the shoes, but,
Well,
they
that's
do
good.
exist, and they are pretty fantastic in their ridiculousness. So I would like to see Donald Trump wearing those shoes just because I think I think everything would end at that point. It would
You
be
know, you know what's
it would be
great
glorious.
is that at the Academy Awards where Godzilla minus one got best special effects, everyone was wearing Godzilla shoes that were
Oh,
golden.
that's
You look
great.
that up; they're amazing.
I will definitely have to look that up. That sounds
Yeah.
fantastic. So yeah, so trivia and crocodile shoes. That's my week pretty
Yes.
much as I
Uh,
continue in a waiting pattern for football season to begin. And
yes.
as we inch ever closer to my pilgrimage to Western New York.
To Highmark Stadium.
That's correct. That is correct. So
Well, I guess the
yeah,
old Highmark Stadium and then the new Highmark Stadium will be built
yeah. I mean,
literally right
I
next
guess that
door.
that gives me another excuse to come back to Buffalo at some point so I can see the new stadium.
Yes, and it looks cool.
Yeah, I
Just
look forward to seeing it under construction. How close to completed is it?
oh, it's nearly done. They're working on the internals and the grass right now.
Sure. Oh, okay, cool. So you can see
Yeah.
pretty much the outline of it is all done.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. They're nearly done. Yeah.
they just got to do electrical work and
Yeah.
all the piping and all that good fun stuff. So
Yeah.
all right, very good. Well, is it that time then?
It is that time. It is that
Do I
time,
need to
sir.
make an obnoxious noise for about 3 seconds?
Whew, yeah, I think it's that time.
That was good enough. That was good
Yeah,
enough.
that's good enough.
Hey, the news. All right. This first one, I don't think I can quite call it news, but I also couldn't not talk about it. So
Mhm.
I'll explain. Do you know sometimes how lazy news organizations
Mhm.
will occasionally just go to Reddit and find a post that is popping, and they just
Yes.
make a news story about it, and they like present it as their in-depth research when all they did is go to Reddit.
Mhm.
Um, this is one of those situations. There is on Reddit. Are you familiar with the r/tragedy Reddit by
I
any
am
chance?
not.
Okay. It's tragedy, and here's the whole theme of it. It's spelled. Let's see if I don't remember exactly how it's spelled. It's like Tragedeigh,
That
tragedy,
that
and
sounds like a Utah name.
ding 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 ding. You nailed it. The entire point of this subreddit, is to
You're
make fun of people who name their children terrible names.
you're kidding.
No, it's fantastic. It is.
Okay. Okay.
I have I have followed it for around a year or so, and every now and then I start going in and reading just about what people are naming their children, and it's a uniquely wonderful. I mean, it's mean is what it is. They're making fun of
Yeah.
people, but also some people, like, I think part of the problem with the world right now is that we have outlawed bullying. So I mean, generally bullying is bad. I
Yeah.
agree with that. Like, yeah, it's we don't want to like stunt creativity and make people feel bad about themselves and that
Mhm.
kind of thing. We don't want people being, stunted in their growth or bad things happening to them as a result of that. We don't want them to feel bad about themselves.
Yes.
It's like wolves in nature, Brian, because if you have just a few wolves, it kind of keeps everything again in
Mhm.
balance, Brian, in balance. It is the theme of.
Balance.
I didn't even plan for that, but it worked out great. It balances everything out so that, the sick animals get devoured by the wolves and the whole ecosystem balances itself out and things are good. But if you take away all the wolves, suddenly you have like way too many elk and then things, then resources are getting destroyed because there's too many herbivores eating all, and it's just bad for the entire ecosystem. So you've got to have some wolves just to make sure that things stay in balance. And I think in America in 2025, we've lost all ability to bully in any situation.
Okay.
And I think that we might need a few bullies just so that people don't name their. Well, we need bullies to prevent the situation that I'm about to describe.
Okay.
Because this mother, and again, is this story true? 50-50. I don't know. It doesn't matter because it's too good. We're not going to worry about whether or not it actually is true. We're going to just say it could be untrue, but we don't care because truth does come first, but good stories come second. And sometimes you just have to go with a good story. So, a mom in Alabama posted on r/tragedy. No,
Okay.
no, it got posted to r/tragedy. I think she put a story like about like trying to file a lawsuit because she wanted to name her baby, and I'm going to spell it for you first, Brian. This is the
Okay.
name. This is the name that she picked out because, as she says, she wants to name this because it's a unique name that means a lot to us. And the name is XFRGOLSZZZXY. That is
Did you
not a
just
random string.
sneeze? Did you just sneeze?
They pronounce it Zergolvsi,
Jesus fuck. Okay.
right?
All right,
This
continue.
this person needs to be bullied because that she wanted to name her daughter
Yeah.
Zergolf
That is
Zer,
that is
Zerf.
condemning them to a life of like schoolyard
It's
teethings.
so bad. Zergolfzi,
Yep.
Zergolfzi. At one point, Brian, there are three Z's in a row. Three.
Mm,
Zerf Galzi. Brian, it's so bad.
yep.
So, and she was posting saying that she's upset because the hospital staff told her that it's not allowed. And
Okay, good, good. The hospital staff were like, "Yeah, I saw this coming. I'm helping this woman."
yeah, they said names can't start with an X followed by a consonant, which I think is just somebody being like, "Oh hell no, you're not naming your daughter Zergalsi."
Well, they're also paying attention to the basic laws of the English language.
Right. So she was told that it couldn't start with an X and then have a consonant following it. And then she said, "Look, she's like, I looked into the rules and it said you just couldn't have numbers or symbols in it other than like dashes or apostrophes. Those are okay.
Mm.
But but as long as it has English alphabet letters, hyphens, or apostrophes, it should be okay. She's like, who do I need to sue on this? Because like now I can't afford a lawyer, but I need to get her name correct. And no, they wouldn't let me register it at the hospital. So they said I'd have to go to the, so like they didn't give her a name,
Thank
and they're
God
trying
if
to
they
figure
did.
out. So yeah. So apparently there's a law in Alabama that you can't name your daughter Zergolfsky. But
Yeah.
I think that's a rule I agree with. I don't think there. I mean, I don't necessarily want to make it so you can't name your children anything, because there is the state of Utah, and they need to be able to do their crazy things so that we can laugh at them. But I don't think even in Utah someone would try to pull Zergolfsky.
Oh, I'm sure they would.
Well, maybe somebody might. I'll give them a few years, and maybe they'll catch up to Alabama.
Yeah, look
But
it up to enlightenment.
yeah, Zergolfsky. That's not a baby's name. That's an internet password. But anyway,
Yes.
yeah. So is that story true? I don't know. Is it fun to say Zergolfsky? Yes. Yes,
Just
it
name
is.
dropping that like all the time, dog.
I really
I'm
am. I
no,
really
that's
enjoyed
that's the name of this episode, Zergolfsky.
it. Zergolfsky and the infinite balance.
Correct. Correct. All right. What else?
All right. All right. Brian, we moved to China, and this is a story that I know is true because it's from the Korea Herald, which I don't know if that's I don't know how big of a
Yeah,
publication,
I don't know if
but
that's reliable, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
we'll figure it out. Starbucks in Korea has told customers that they cannot bring in their home offices to work. And here's what's
I've
been happening.
heard about this.
In Korea, they have been bringing in desktop computers, power strips,
Insane.
printers, and Brian, cubicle partition walls
Okay, that's kind of funny.
to sit at tables in Korean Starbucks and work.
I kind of love that actually.
It's kind of great. There is a picture again, another picture that I will post in addition to the crocodile shoes of this setup where this guy's got his desktop computer all set up at a Starbucks, and it's got like the three wall partition thing, like so he's basically
Mm,
created his own cubicle at the Starbucks.
yeah.
It's bonkers and bananas, and yeah, I don't hate it. Apparently, it comes from a movement called Kagongjok, which just means like basically working from the office or something. But like it's like this whole movement in Korea. But unfortunately for Starbucks, once someone stays for like 2.5 hours at a Starbucks sitting at the table, like the profit that they made from selling them a $4.50 coffee goes away because they're just taking up that table, and it's causing backups and anyone else being able to
Yeah.
enjoy the Starbucks. And so they've told people you can still bring in your laptops, you can still sit and work together, that kind of thing. You can still access the internet. We're not blocking you from doing any of that. Just please don't set up actual cubicles in our building with
Or do.
printers.
All right.
Right?
I actually love that.
It's ridiculous. So yeah, apparently there's been a gigantic boom in coffee shops over the last like five or so years in Korea, and people have taken
Ow.
this popularity of cafes there to start working there, and it slowly kept building and building until finally Starbucks had to push back because nobody wants to sit next to somebody who's literally sitting in a cubicle when they're at Starbucks, because they get enough of that if they go into the office. So
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
it's pretty great though.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. All right, our next story comes to us from British Columbia again. We have a lot of stories from British Columbia. This is in West Vancouver, and this is great because there's a video to it as well, a video component.
Ooh.
Kyla Klein lives in West Vancouver. She has a beautiful home that is on the west side of the city, and
Mhm.
right in her backyard is like a nature preserve with lots of big trees and nature. And British Columbia is a very wooded area with lots of wildlife.
Right.
This past week, it was very hot in Vancouver, and so she left her door open to a
Oh,
side room just to
amazing.
get some air circulating.
Yeah.
Yeah. It turns out that if you do that in Vancouver, you do run the risk of a brown bear just walking into your house.
Or geese, as they're
Or
known
geese. Yes, well
in
there is
Canada.
there is a baby poop orange goose warning. So yeah, that's definitely a danger as well. But
Yes.
the geese stayed out, but there was a brown bear that decided to just come check out the house. So their security cameras caught the brown bear walking around their living room a little bit. and just kind of checking things out. And then, Brian, then things changed
Ooh.
because Scout, the 6-pound Pomeranian, saw the bear.
6 pound
And
palm.
you would think a 6-pound dog would probably be a little afraid of a 200-pound brown bear, but you would be
Yeah.
wrong. Scout sees the bear and immediately tears around the corner and starts barking at it and chasing it out the door. And
Love
thi-
this.
this brown bear is spooked like nobody's business, and he tears out back out the door he came from. And Scout's not done because the door was open, and Scout's like, "Oh hell no, you're getting off the property." So the bear is running away in the backyard, and Scout is pouncing after her, like, "You will leave now, and you will get off my. You will go back to the woods where you belong." And
Get off my property.
it's my property. Yeah, except instead of like having a sawed-off shotgun or something like you would see in Oklahoma, it's just a 6-pound Pomeranian. That's how they do in West Vancouver, British Columbia. So the bear runs entirely off, and Scout is barking, barking, barking. And Kayla comes around the corner and sees her dog. She's like, "Scout, Scout!" She's like, she's terrified that the bear is going to eat the dog. But no,
Yeah.
no, no. The 6-pound Pomeranian is the alpha in this situation, and
Love
she kind of
this.
comes back like, yeah, and Scout comes back like, yeah, I took care of it. Bear's gone. Kayla has decided that she will, from now on, not leave that door wide open.
Probably a good idea.
If she does, she's got Scout, at her back, so that's good.
Hooray for Scout.
And finally, Brian, right here in Fort Collins, Colorado, a mere, I don't know,
Coco.
an hour and a half drive maybe from here. Let me just read you the best part of this story by far is the headline, but the whole story is kind of great. But the headline says, "Zombie rabbits with black horns and mouth tentacles are invading Colorado
Yes,
backyard."
I've heard about this.
Yeah, they're not zombie rabbits. They're just rabbits that have a virus called Shope papillomavirus, which is a relative of the human
I was
papillomavirus,
about to
but
say HPV.
yes,
HPV.
HPV. Yes, correct. But it is rabbits only. And what it does is it causes these weird growths to happen on the heads of rabbits. And this is a heavy week for me posting pictures because I will also post some pictures. Some of these things just look pretty death metal-y because
Love it.
they get these like big curly horns on their heads, and like it does look like tentacles coming off of their mouths and stuff. Like they're very elaborate and weird looking. And if
Hmm.
you saw a rabbit with this, I could see why it would be kind of scary because it's just bizarre. Some of the things that like they look like they have
Yeah.
horns, and yeah, maybe it's the how jackalopes ever got started. I don't know, but yeah, they look horrifying. But apparently, it is completely benign. It cannot spread to other pets or to humans.
Okay.
It is strictly a rabbit virus. And the good news is that generally almost all rabbits will recover, and their immune systems will take care of the problem, and they will get better.
No.
Yeah, so it's not like it's gonna kill them or anything. It just makes them look like they're goth for a few months.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's okay. But as long as it doesn't block their breathing, they should be fine. And they're like, they just, authorities have pretty much just warn people, hey, stay away from the goth rabbits, just because as you would stay away from all nature and stuff. But they're not good. They're not risen from the dead, coming to take over the world.
They are not Cthulhu.
They look a little Cthulhu-y though. They really do. But they have a virus, and they're gonna get better. They got better.
We'll call better.
So yeah, so there's just rabbits running around that look like scary tentacle monsters in Fort Collins, Colorado, and I think that's great. So I'm Craig, and that is the news.
What a great segue into what I'm actually going to talk about.
I'm here for it. Okay, good.
So there is a movie. It is called House. It came out in
It's called what? House.
House.
House. House.
Well, it's Japanese, so it's actually Hausu.
Hausu. Okay.
Oh man, words can't describe how absolutely pants on head wild this is. It's a horror movie,
Okay.
and the effects do not look realistic on purpose. So I guess it's more of like a horror comedy.
Oh, so they made him bad on purpose so that it looks funny?
Yes.
Okay.
It came out in
It's-
1977, so it's ridiculous anyways.
Okay. But it's not like Shark Side of the Moon where they just didn't have the budget to make it look good, so
Yeah,
they were trying
no.
to make it look good, but it's bad. Okay.
Yeah, no. And so at one point, this girl's fingers get eaten off by a piano.
By a piano.
Yes, by a piano that becomes possessed and eats her hands.
What part of the piano eats someone's hands?
The keys, sir.
The keys eat. Okay. kind of like teeth, I guess. I mean, they're made out of ivory. At least they used to
Yeah.
be. So
So
interesting. Okay.
So, anyways, this girl named. So, none of these girls have like real names. So, they're Gorgeous, Prof, Melody, Mac, Sweet, and my favorite, Kung Fu.
Kung Fu. That's a good name. I like Kung Fu. What was the second one? Because I heard sloth, but I don't think that's what it was.
No. It's Prof, like professor.
Oh, Prof. Okay. Very good.
Yeah, and if memory serves, her fingers get eaten off by the.
Okay. Prof
Yeah.
loses her fingers with the piano.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I think did I miss one? Oh, and Fantasy. That's the other one. Sorry.
Fantasy. Kung Fu is a woman named Kung Fu. You have to be careful, but also it's intriguing.
Yes. So basically, it's like a haunted house movie and crazy shit happens. So the girls are attacked by or possessed by various items. So Gorgeous is possessed after using her aunt's mirror in the house. Kung Fu is attacked by flaming logs. Sweet disappears after being attacked by mattresses. Yeah,
That was a mattress attack.
I don't
That's so
know.
weird.
Sorry, I lied. Sorry. Melody gets her fingers eaten off
Oh,
by
makes
a
sense. Melody, piano.
yeah, and then it bites off her fingers, and then ultimately eats her with the most ridiculous CG you've ever seen from 1977.
Okay, it's probably not CG. It's got to be practical effects. Do they have much computer generated graphics in 1977?
They did. It was very rudimentary, though. It was
Okay.
basically essentially like scratching on the film, essentially.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. People are getting eaten by light fixtures. There's a portrait that just gushes blood for no reason.
Ooh, like real blood comes out of the portrait, or it just has a picture of blood bleeding. Like
No,
the
like
is it like
blood. Like they hook up a hose and just pump fake blood.
oh, gross. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a batshit movie. We'll watch it. And I am deliberately underselling it in the
Okay.
same way
So
that
that
I
I
undersold Italian Spider-Man.
Italian Spider-Man. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Howzu.
Hausu.
Howsu.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
actually one of my favorite films of all time.
Okay. I want to
Yeah,
see a girl get eaten by a mattress. That sounds. Is it only girls that are getting eaten? There's
yeah,
no. There's
they're
no bound.
like teenage girl. I don't want to say teenage. They're like 18. Well, yeah, they're teenage girls. They're like 18, 19.
Not teenagers. 18, 19-year-olds. Not teenagers.
Well, so teenagers makes them sound like they're, like 16, but they're not. So they're like, but you're still technically a teenager if you're like 18, 19. So yeah.
Yes. Accurate. Accurate.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I mean, it is accurate. I'll send you the trailer or I'll send you a film analysis,
Okay.
and you can enjoy
Okay.
that.
A little amuse bouche before we actually see the whole thing.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. I look forward to it. That sounds interesting. I the the logistics behind someone getting eaten by a light fixture. My brain can't quite comprehend it. So I do want to see how they accomplished this on film in
oh, it'll be
19.
amazing. You'll love it.
I'm certain. I'm not certain I'll love it as much as you, but maybe I will. I don't know. Italian Spider-Man. I wasn't expecting much, and I was blown away. So, you know,
Yeah,
I'm open to the possibility. Let's say so.
great.
Should, that should be fun. So, all right.
Okay,
Is it that time? Is it
it is
time?
that time. As I listen to our recordings and edit, I go first a lot.
You do. I'm ready to go first. I will take the
Oh,
lead this time
oh,
if you want to. Yeah, I'm happy to do it. So we'll start out. This is going to be a movie that centers on a girl, and we're going to call her Zergolfsey.
the Ballad of Zergovsky.
Zergolfsky. That sounds like it's like a composer, almost really, at that point when you say it that way. Zergolfsey was named 30 years ago by a woman in Alabama, and she hated her name as she was growing up generally because her name had three consecutive Z's in it, and it started with an XFR. So
Yes.
people did it. Basically, whenever she gave her name, she also had to give a pronouncer along with it because no one could say it because her name was Zergolfsey. But she grew to tolerate her name. I wouldn't say she grew to love it, but she
Mhm.
always insisted that everyone call her by her full name, Zergolfsey. She didn't go like by Xerxes or
Yeah,
X or like she didn't have a cutesy shortcut.
cutesy
She's like
shortening.
no,
Yeah,
yeah, no. She's like no, my name is Zergolfsey, and you will say it all because it's not that hard to say once you learn how to say it. It's just
and also fuck you.
and also that yes. So Zergolfsey is going through life, and all of a sudden a I don't know, she's like 29 years old or something. So she's lived her life. She's doing the best she can with the name Zergalsi. It's a bit of a handicap, but she's very smart. So she's been able to overcome it, and she has a good paying job, and life seems to be going okay for her. She's living in Boston, and she likes her life for the most part. She has a boyfriend. They're thinking about getting married, but it's one of those on again, off again, not for sure. Like they've talked about it, but this generation, they they don't like to commit, so she's not entirely sure what's going to happen with him and stuff. But
Yeah.
and all in all, she's happy. She's not on an antidepressants or anything. Life is, for the most part, life has been good to her so far. But on the evening of her 29th birthday, a gentleman walks into her office, and
Okay.
he is dressed like an extra from Lord of the Ring.
Amazing.
He had specifically like a wizard, like he could be
Oh no.
the
Gandalf.
backup for Gandalf. Well, it's not Gandalf, but like maybe the understudy for Gandalf. He's got the big wide brimmed hat.
Okay.
He's got the very long beard. He's got the flowing robes and the wire rim glasses. The whole thing. Like he looks very
Yeah.
wizardation. He's ready. He's ready to say "Thou shall not pass" at any moment, basically. And he walks up to her, and she's like, "Can I help you, sir?" And he's like, "Yes, my name is Tim." Yes, yes, I just stole directly from Monty
I was
Python.
about to say you
Um,
just stole directly
yes,
from it.
I did, but it's an homage, so it's okay. And Tim says to her, "You are the one foretold in the prophecy." And she's like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Tim? The prophecy has come to pass." And she's like, What are you talking about?" He's like, "The prophecy says that a woman will come, and her name will be the most ridiculous ass name you've ever heard of.
Seems accurate.
Yes, and she shall bring balance to the world and save us."
Ooh.
And she's like, "I mean, I'll grant you my name is ridiculous. That's that's fair. But what are you talking about this prophecy?" And he pulls out this scroll and he reads it to her, and it talks about how she will come from a poor area, and like she was born in Alabama, so like yeah, she will
Yeah.
have a ridiculous name. It's like, okay, that checks out and stuff. And then things will start happening to her when she turns 29, and she's like, "Well, today's my 29th birthday," and he's like,
Ooh.
"Exactly."
Ooh.
Woo, woo. And he's like, "In the next year, you will face challenges. You will face obstacles that could overtake Earth if you are not up to the challenge." And she's like, "Dude, I'm just an architect working in Boston. What are you talking about?" He's like, "No, you shall gain powers." And he's like, What are you talking about?" He's like,
Ooh.
"First, you shall find a companion that will lead you, that will guide you in your quest for bravery." And
Ooh.
she's like, What are you talking about?" And she's like, "I mean, I've got a companion, like my boyfriend Jack, he and I said, No, 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 no. This is a magical companion." And she's like, "But
Ooh.
you must find him, and I cannot guide you." And she's like, "Okay, this guy's crazy." So she's like, "Well, that's fine. For my 29th birthday, we have a trip planned to the Pacific Northwest. We're gonna go to Vancouver. It's gonna be fun, me and Jack."
Ooh.
So she goes to Vancouver, and she's out hiking along this wildlife area, and she looks over at this house that's just on the edge of the path, and she sees a bear running out of the house, and she's like, "That's weird." And then she sees this like golden flash behind it, a very small golden flash,
Mm-hmm.
and Scout, the 6.5 pound, is it a Pomeranian? What was the name of that? What kind of
Yeah, it's
dog was it?
Pomeranian. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The 6 pound Pom comes flying out afterwards, and the bear comes running. The bear runs right across the path, and then she sees Scout, and Scout looks at her, and this is what she wasn't expecting: is that Scout can talk, and he's like, "Are you the one foretold in the prophecy?" And she's like, "What the?" She's like, "First of all, you
Amazing.
can talk. Second of all, you are the second person in the last 2 days to talk to me about this prophecy." It's like, "Yes, I shall be your guide. You have found me." It's
This
like,
is amazing.
"You're a dog." It's like, "No, no, no, no. I am your guide. I am your
Ooh.
spirit
Guide
guide.
dog. Guide dog.
I am your spirit guide for the danger to come, and I shall guide you." And then he's like, "But first I must say goodbye to Kayla." So he runs back and barks at Kayla because Kayla doesn't know that he's a spirit guide dog.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Kayla doesn't speak dog.
Kayla doesn't speak dog, but apparently Zergolfzi does, or at least she's able to understand. She's able to understand Scout. So Scout and Zergolfzi head back to Boston, and Scout's like, "All right, you must find the clothing item that will that will give you the powers you need to accomplish the danger, overcoming the danger that is headed all of our way." if you do not overcome it. And she's like, what are you talking about? It's like, you will know when you see it. It's like, is it a weapon? Is it, what am I supposed?
Yeah.
And Scout's just like, no, you will know when you see. So she's like, whatever. So she pulls up. She's like, this is dumb. I mean, first I've got Tim the Wizard coming and telling me things, and now this dog is talking to me, telling me I need to find the clothing item that will save the world. And this is all ridiculous. She still doesn't. Zerhovsky still doesn't quite believe. So she goes and she's just relaxing, and she gets on her phone and pulls up Instagram, and an ad for crocodile shoes comes up.
Oh God, this is actually very good.
And she's like, well, those are ridiculous, but also if there's ever been an item that is clearly the item I need. So she goes online and she purchases these shoes, and she's like, but these can't be real. These are, this is some China knockoff. And somehow, miraculously, she places the order, and then like 12 seconds later the doorbell rings.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she goes to the door, and there's this Asian gentleman at the door with these shoes, and they look like crocodiles, but they have like smoke rising from them, and the crocodile's eyes are like glowing, and
Ooh.
there's
Like
just
Trouble in
magic.
Little China style.
Yeah, yes, very much so. It's radiating magical powers. And the guy who comes to the door, he's like the delivery guy, like, you ordered shoes, and she's like, I did, but that was not less than a minute ago. How? What? He's like, you paid for express delivery, and she's like, well, I mean, I did, but I just this is quite the service. You guys are good.
Yeah.
And he looks at her and he says, we are the best. And then he hands her the box with the shoes. The box is like see-throughish. So that's how she was able to see all of the smoke
Oh yeah.
radiating stuff. It was a clear box, which is pretty cool looking actually, because there's these gator shoes in a totally clear box. I mean, like I said, magic's just, you can tell it's a magical situation here. So,
Right.
so she goes to put on the shoes. For the first time, she starts believing in the prophecy because the shoes transform her entire body. Like she
Oh
was
shit.
she wasn't overweight, but she had been she'd eaten a few stingers with the 6-pound meatballs, and she could stand to lose a few pounds. She definitely wasn't buff or anything, but the instant she puts on these shoes, it's like her body transforms and she's like Xena warrior princess, except good looking.
Amazing.
Um,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay. Wow. You
I
just
know.
had the fucking Lucy Lawless catching strays over here. Jeez.
Oh, I know. Sorry about that. Xena never did it for me. Anyway, so she looks amazing, and she's buff, and like weirdly all of her clothes change, so it's not just the crocodile shoes. Like she now looks like an anime princess kind of.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not quite as jiggly as that Instagram reel that you sent to me, but
Yes.
still she looks pretty badass actually. And she's like, okay, maybe I am supposed to do something here. So she's like, well, what do I do? And then Scout's like, the enemy is coming now. And she's like, oh crap.
Please tell me it. Please tell me it's bunnies with the Cthulhu horns.
Oh, you 100% called it. It's bunnies with Cthulhu horns.
Yes.
Yes. And so these evil bunnies with glowing eyes start pouring in to this house that she's staying in Boston. Like they came all the way from northern Colorado to
The
make
Great Migration.
Yeah, the Great Migration east. And they start pouring in and they're like, we shall defeat you. But then she holds back because like they don't come in. And she doesn't know, like, is this like a vampire thing where they have to be invited in or something? And then all the bunnies start chanting. And she's like, this is freaky as hell. Because there's like hundreds of these like deformed bunnies with horns and tentacles and Cthulhu looking nonsense. And she's like scared. And all of a sudden, Brian, the house that she's in starts coming to life. The piano in the corner starts trying to attack her, and she has to kick with her crocodile shoes, and the crocodile shoes like munch down on the piano and destroy it. And she pulls out a sword. She didn't even know she had a sword.
I'm back in it. I'm back in it.
Yeah, she pulls out a sword because there's a sword. Because once she put on those shoes, everything changed. And a light fixture comes at her, trying to devour her, but she slices it in two with the sword because she is now a badass warrior princess. And the house, like everything, mattresses, anything you can think of, starts trying to destroy her. Mirrors start trying to possess her, but Scout, her spirit guide, barks at it, and the the evil spirit runs away because Scout is a badass as well. Yeah. So like this is like the last stand, she thinks, but she manages to defeat all of the household appliances because that's the thing that should happen.
Okay.
And then the rabbits are like, okay, that didn't work. attack! And so all the rabbits, Monty Python style, start attacking. But she's she's a warrior princess, Brian. She's incredible. And so now we just have an action scene for like 15 minutes where she's slicing rabbits and kicking them, and basically,
Love it. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. We have a martial arts scene of women in crocodile shoes versus rabbits with horns, and that goes on, and she defeats every rabbit, and then the sun comes up, and then it's like trumpets start blowing and stuff, and she's like, "Yes, Zergovsky has saved us!" And Tim comes back, and he's like, "See, told you," and that's the end of the movie.
Love it.
Yeah, yeah. So that might be my best one ever. That
That
was
might
fun.
actually be. That was pretty good. Yeah.
So I went first, Brian. So that means you have to follow the saga of Balance and Zergovsky and the evil rabbits.
So I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna have Zergovsky, but it's gonna be backwards, which is some
Oh.
gobbledygook that I'm not even gonna try and pronounce.
And yet, Brian, not any more ridiculous than it forwards.
Correct. So his name is Zergovsky backwards, and his pet is a 6-pound Pomeranian, and
Love it.
he's like, oh, this really wish my pet would be, would really wish I could speak to my pet more and all that stuff. And then one day, I don't know if I've ever sent you this Instagram reel of that terrible movie, but their lightning comes down and like shocks this dog, and the dog's like looks like it's getting murdered. So that's what happens to the little Pomeranian, except instead of like speaking Chinese, it speaks English.
Okay.
And he's like, oh wow, great. And then they have their little meet and greet thing, and then he's like, well, I really kind of want another pet, and I really want to get a pair of rabbits. So he gets a pair of rabbits. So the rabbits have the little growth thing on their head, and they're like, oh no. He's like, what's going on? And then the Pomeranian is like, no, wait, these are the chosen rabbits, the rabbits that have a connection to the old gods and will keep us alive when the crocodile shoes from outer space come. No, crocodile shoes coming from the center of the earth. I like that better.
Oh, that is good. Yes.
Because the old gods come from outer space.
And they emerge from the swamps, which is why they're crocodile form.
Correct, yes. And so the giant crocodile men called Il Crocodrio come out, and they're wreaking havoc to land, and this dude is just trying to figure out what's going on, and the rabbits are somehow now giant and humanoid and are using their tentacled faces to, attack and dismember them. And Bruce is also now like 8 feet tall and, carries a tree trunk and is just bashing them all.
Nice.
But the crazy thing is they're not like actual crocodiles. They're just sentient crocodile shoes.
Shoes. Yeah, of course.
Yes, of course. And they're like, please, no, wait, the old gods are coming. And so the old gods do come. So like Cthulu and all those other ones. I used to know all the names of them, but I don't anymore. They all come back, and people lose their minds, except for the rabbit people. And the rabbit people tell them of the battle they have fought and just everything. And Cthulhu decides that this is not worth his fight, and everything is insignificant. And he was just really looking for a place to go pee. And he's like, oh, I'll pee in the next spot. Well, because one of the big tenets of cosmic horror is like everyone is like replaceable. No one like means anything.
Okay.
Like that's kind of the tenet of cosmic horror. Like people are insignificant.
That's very nihilistic, but okay.
Correct. Yes. So, anyways, that happens, and they're like looking around at this waste, and then out come a portal comes Zergovsky, and I was like, "Hey, didn't I just have like a big fight too?" And then it ends.
Okay.
So it's balanced.
Balance.
That
is our theme for today, is balance. Everything in balance, in tune with each other. Nature and the world all in balance.
Or mirrored in some way.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. And sometimes, Brad, you want to have balance in your ears, but there's not really a way to do. I mean, I guess you could use a Q-tip, but is that the way you want to use a Q-tip? I don't even know.
You know what you should do is on the back of the box. There's words on the back of the box.
Oh, get out of here! Get the shit out of the box.
No, I'm sure, sir. There is. I'm sorry, I just clicked what you just said. I was like, what? Sorry, you're in the bit, but yes, sir. There are words on the back if you just flip it over, because you should always read the back of the Q-tip box.
Did I break you?
You broke me. Yeah, you broke me a little bit. That was a good one.
You should always read the back of the Q-tip box.
Untitled with Brian and Craig is produced and edited by me, Brian Dunnigan. It is also hosted by me, Brian Dunnigan, as well as Craig Dodge. Opening and ending themes are created by AI, so nobody has license to those.